TMT stock market strategy video for Wednesday, February 3rd. Sellers jump right back into the ball game and start knocking the markets lower again after this oversold bounce that we had. Very weak, by the way. And I keep mentioning that I am suspect of this bounce. We can't even get about above certain levels, so I'm still waiting for a little bit more of a push higher, and I think we can get short this market unless this market just falls right out of bed. Crude oil also being the culprit here, helping the sellers step in. We have Department of Energy numbers come out, inventories that come out today, 10:30 Eastern here in the States. So keep an eye on that. That will move the markets as well. Okay, well, do we think we're going to go lower? I do. I actually think we're going to probably test or break the August 24th lows. The indicators, there's tons of more indicators I look at, but I just want to show you the stocks above the 50-day moving average. We put that in the Pro Trader Premier video. We have here barely getting above 30%, breaking back down. And if you could see that, you could just see a head and shoulders pattern here, right? Right ahead, left shoulder, right shoulder. Here's your neckline. I mean, this is clearly a bearish pattern, and I think we break lower. I think we get even lower than this low here from August 24th. But really ugly looking picture. I do think the markets are in trouble, and we'll see what happens here. I mean, this is just not a good sign here for equity markets and even for crude, for that matter. A lot of energy stocks, good quality energy stocks, are taken to the woodshed. That is what we're going to be watching. There's going to be a ton of opportunity, guys. Remember that. I mentioned about crude oil. We have that peak driving season, the peak inventory, which usually comes right around April, maybe even May. We have the refineries that shut down and do their maintenance work, and they're not refining the crude oil products, so that's going to put an additional build. So right around April, we peak. We should see at that time, by April, I think we see a low in the markets and a low in crude. Okay, so keep an eye on that because that's going to be interesting. And, of course, I'll bring that to you guys as well. All right, take a look at our SSEC. That's a Shanghai index. You could see here, guys, that clearly have a beautiful defined head and shoulders pattern that broke down. We rallied back up, and now we failed. Does this look like anything of a bullish pattern at all, or where the markets might want to rally? No, not a good sign at all that you have China in deep trouble, lower lows, lower highs. You could see that here. All right, this is just terrible looking chart, and I want to bring that up. You could see that in the DAX, the German DAX, which is the biggest index in Europe. Terrible looking chart as well. So we're in trouble here, right? We have economic data that's actually weakening, and quite frankly, earnings season has been dismal. It hasn't been great at all. So that's telling us that we have a slowdown in the economy. Transportation sector, which I'm going to bring that up to you in a little bit. You could see that I've been mentioning for the last year, doing horrendous. Transportation sector can't get out of its own way. They're not shipping goods across the country. You know, you have cars, steel, metal, all kinds of grains and stuff. It's not getting shipped. That means that there really is no end in sight, I think, for the transportation sector. I think it goes much lower, and I'll show that to you in a moment. But here's that XLU chart I showed you yesterday, up yet again, literally straight out of this beautiful symmetrical triangle. Here we break out, and then I do think we get a little bit of a back test here. I think we come back down into here, make that higher low, and then whoop, right back up again. And I do think it's gonna happen when the fear sets in again even more. And remember, guys, watch that VIX 3840. I think we get a top in the markets, and that's something that, of course, we're going to be watching as well. Spiders, okay, here's the spider chart. You can see that we went back below that 20. And again, not a good sign here. And to me, I think we're going to test that new support of 187, and then out of the support of 182.25. Again, you take a look at this area here where the RSI broke back up. I think we break back down again, and I think that the MACD here barely just got to touch, not even this lower trend line here. And you can see that it is also making lower lows and lower highs here. You can see that as well. Same thing with the RSI here. So not a good sign. Even though it broke out, I think we break down lower here, okay? So watch these areas of support on a daily chart. And in the Pro Trader Premier video, I specifically put bids and offers up, above, and below. So and they're tradable. They're actionable areas, great value areas to look for if you're trading intraday. Okay, take a look at the IWM. Same thing, ugly looking chart here. I don't have to show you that. We've been showing this for quite some time. 97.50, really just nothing more than a bear flag here. I'm looking for lower prices. I'm looking for a test of 97.50, and then we're going to reevaluate and put some fib targets down below here. Okay, look at the volume diminishing again on this uptrend. So, I mean, do we go straight down from here? No, I don't think so. I think that we're going to test that 97.50, and then we're going to hit that low of 95.04, and then we'll reevaluate it. But I would have liked to see a little bit more higher price, at least maybe even get that gap fill up in this area. But it looks like that we're not really gaining any momentum to the upside. So every time markets rally, stocks just the sellers come in and just they get hit. All right, transports. We talked about this. Now here it is again. Horrible chart. You could see that. You could see all of this downtrend, all of 2015. We went sideways for pretty much the summer, and then now the summer going into the end of the year, and then we just took a nosedive here. So this is not a good sign, guys. Got to be real careful here. You could see the thin zone we've been pointing out here. So again, what does this look like? Repetitive patterns in a lot of these indexes, just a basic bear flag looking for lower prices. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. It. So until the transports and the IWM, the Russell 2000, gains any momentum to the upside, I mean, literally giving us one of these bull flag pattern, these step patterns of higher highs and higher lows, I think you look to sell any rallies yet again. Okay. Next is the diamonds. You can see that here. Diamonds here, same thing, guys. We broke back above the 20, came back down again, and what do you see here is just a clear bear flag, and that's it. That's all you see. And I'm looking for that gap fill. Didn't get it. Didn't quite get it. So I'm thinking maybe, just maybe, that the markets maybe push lower just a little bit, hold this area, make that higher low from this low, and then actually revert back up again, and then try to get into this zone. And remember, this is where everybody is trapped here. Everybody's trapped here from selling. They're all buying up here, thinking that we were going to push higher. But I think when you get back up here and price gets here, they're going to sell this area here. And again, I'll put some sell targets in it, but that 168-ish, 170 area in the diamonds, as well as the same areas that you see in the spiders that I pointed out in the charts, that's where I think the big selling is going to happen. Okay, so we'll just take it one step at a time. Don't forget, cash is definitely a position. All right, and then we have the Qs. Lastly, same thing here, guys. Bear flag. You can see that clearly with the flagpole. Looking for a 99 hit, and then of course that 97, and then we would reevaluate here. Okay, we do have a little positive divergence though in the Qs here. You could see that here that we're going up as now we're starting to revert back down again. So very small. Wouldn't even consider looking to start buying technology. Remember, yesterday I showed you technology was weak. The banks are actually breaking down. You can't have the banks, the financials, the Russell, and of course the transports move lower and have you think the Qs and the S&P and the diamonds are going to move higher. Not going to happen, guys. We need everything to be in sync with each other. We need bullish symmetry, and we do not have that here in the charts. Okay, so let's keep an eye on things. Make sure you follow your trading plan. Put your stops in place. Have a great day, everybody. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care.